Ciao soccer fans and welcome to Italian Soccer Addict. My name is Graziano and I'm your host. Last week saw Italy play 2 games for the 2016 European qualifier, and this Sunday Serie A roared back with 2 great games and of course the prerequisite number of upsets to keep it all very interesting. And over and above that, last week was also Canadian Thanksgiving. All in all, it was a cornucopia of calcio. And in honor of Thanksgiving today, I have my very own Pumpkin to help me break down the games in Serie A. I want you to welcome back my good friend Gennaro Iafelice. How are you, James?
Hey, buongiorno. Great to be back. Nice to see you.
Well, Gennaro, how was your Thanksgiving?
I ate a lot.
That's obvious.
All right, well, here we go. First of all, I was going to say, Graz, you being of Italian heritage, born in Italy, you had a Canadian Thanksgiving. How did you manage to bring the two together?
Well, you know, Jim, it's very simple. In our house, we have a simple philosophy. We just stuff all our turkeys with prosciutto.
It may not have been Thanksgiving in Italy, but the Italian national soccer team were celebrating anyway. That's because they won 2 games in their European Cup 2016 qualifiers. The first game, they plucked Azerbaijan 3-1. In the second game, they said no way to Norway and beat them 2-1. Of those 5 goals, this is my favorite one. It's Eder over to Candreva, and El Shaarawy puts it away. That goal is as smooth as Nonna's gravy.
You know, Jim, I think you've got turkey on the brain. You know, Thanksgiving is all about home cooking, and that was really evident this week in Serie A as only one home team lost, and that was Bologna to Palermo. Now, 2 teams tied. Doesn't go down as a loss, but mind it's not a win. But Torino held off Milano 1-1, and Verona held off Udinese 1-1. The rest of the games featured a banquet of goals as Roma, Atalanta, and Genoa each scored 3 each. But the real surprising home cooking advantage went to Frosinone, who sliced up Sampdoria 2-1, and then Sassuolo taking a bite of a Lazio, also a 2-1 victory. Talk about home cooking. But you know what? My favorite goal is Magic by Pjacic as he hits the ball and curls it into the top of the net. That's magic.
Let's look at the first big game of the weekend where Fiorentina flew into Napoli, and Napoli must have had an extra helping of that Napolitana pizza because they came out with a 2-1 victory. The 2 leading scorers in Serie A, Insigne and Higuain, they both scored a goal to give Napoli the 2-1 victory, and they brought home the bacon, or in this case, the ham.
Seems to me like when they flew into Napoli, they must have had a stopover in Turkey. The second big match was the Derby dell'Italia, which saw struggling Juventus travel to second place Inter in the Derby dell'Italia. Now it's called the Derby dell'Italia because these 2 teams are the teams that have won the most championships in Italy. It ended up in a 0-0 tie, and just like a cold turkey sandwich, it just doesn't live up to the expectations. But all in all, it was a fascinating game. I ate a lot of turkey over Thanksgiving, and I think the effects are still being felt because I'm having some very weird dreams. That's it for the Italian Soccer Addict broadcast this week. If you're following me on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're following me on Facebook, please give me a like. James, thanks for coming. Hope to have you back again next week.
My pleasure. And go, Jays, go. Come on, we could do it.
That's not Italian soccer.
Well, why don't we, instead of Italian Soccer Addict, why don't we have the Canadian Baseball Junkie?
That's not funny at all.